Hey, Warrior Saints, Father Chris here. Welcome to Tuesday's edition of our Crucifixional live stream. Glad to have you beautiful people with us. We're going to talk for the balance of this week about tragedy. What happens when tragedy strikes? All of us in our lives experience tragic events at one point or another, and some of us more than once. The loss of a loved one, a failed or suffering marriage, problems, challenges with your children, failing businesses, physical health. I mean, the list goes on and on of the things that we struggle with. And sometimes when those tragic events come, you're confronted with two choices. You got two ways to go. One, you can say, "Oh, woe is me. Why did this happen? I didn't deserve it." Or two, you can get up and do something about it. Those are the two real options that we have when tragic events strike. And it's comfortable and sometimes easier to just wallow in the misery of it and the pity of why this may have happened to me. The truth is, things happen in life. Things just happen. I'm not sure that you did anything to deserve it. I'm not sure that, I definitely am sure that God is not punishing anyone. It's not how God works. Things just happen. In my own life, as a 7-year-old boy, my father was killed by a drunk driver. I know you all know the story. I didn't do anything to deserve that. I was 7. I was a little kid. I was at home waiting. It was a surprise party, no less. We were waiting for him to arrive. I didn't deserve it. God wasn't punishing with me. It just happened. And the challenge was, what did I do with that for the rest of my life? And to be honest with you, for a little while, I kind of lost my purpose. I lost my way, and I got, women and drugs and alcohol and all that kind of stuff. Just the things that college kids do, and it was a pretty dark time. Until I realized that a warrior saint is called to be different, called to be above that kind of stuff, and not to wallow in that mire of mediocrity, of misery, and of the tragedy. Instead, in spite of the fact that it happens, to get up and get after it. That's what warrior saints do. And especially you think in terms of a king, right? We've defined, if you remember from our series a little while ago, what is a warrior saint? There are 4 parts: a king, a knight, a mentor, and a lover. And today I want to talk just briefly about the king, one who leads, one who has a purpose. The point of a king, one of the greatest, probably the strongest attribute of a king is that he has purpose. A God-given purpose. A purpose that was given to us in the garden when Adam was placed in the garden to till and keep it, right? This is man's purpose. And it means to work, not just your job, though that's part of it, but to work and produce fruit. To take the gifts that God has given you and multiply them. That's a man's purpose. That's what a king does. He does so for all of his people. So whether you are a father and have a family, or a husband and have a family, or a business owner and have a bunch of employees, or if you work in a business for someone but still have co-workers, people that are homeless, people that are struggling, suffering, all of the things that they may need, the king's purpose is to provide fruit. And when tragedy strikes, and we find a suffering in our own hearts. And I'm sure many of us feel sometimes, or maybe even right now, that I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know where I'm supposed to go or what I'm supposed to do. And we wallow in that, the misery of that tragedy. Instead, as a warrior saint who is trying to be a king, you got to get up, bro. You got to get up and say, I don't necessarily know where I'm going today, but I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to do something to produce some fruit. I know it's hard, and I know it's scary, and that's why I want you guys to visit warriorsaints.org and subscribe to the Way of the Warrior Saint. I say it all the time, but this is our gift to the world. I hope it's a good one. We try to make it a good one, and many people have said so, so we thank you for that. I don't want to sound arrogant, but it's what we're offering to the world to help you, especially the fellas as they are struggling through looking for their purpose in spite of whatever tragedy or brokenness you may find in your life. The cool part is you don't have to do that by yourself. Even better is we have at warriorsaints.org, when you subscribe to the library, you got full access. You get all of it. Whatever's in there, all of the teachings, they're all yours, and you can watch them a million times. But there's a very special series called What is a Warrior Saint? And in that, we talk about what it means to be a king, and a knight, and a mentor, and a lover. It is God's word, God's vision, God's purpose for us as men to become warrior saints. And it's awesome, it's fun, and really it's a game changer. If you want to get out of the misery that may be your mom's basement, where you're playing video games and watching porn and with no job and no purpose and all the rest of that stuff, then I would encourage you, join us at warriorsaints.org. You're going to find some help, not just from us, but from God himself. And I'll tell you this, the only thing in life that actually works is the gospel of Jesus Christ. It's the only transformative thing. You want some of it, join us, warriorsaints.org. Beautiful people, we love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Till then, as always, keep walking on the way of the warrior saint.